Alrighty, good morning everyone, or afternoon on the East Coast. Hope everyone's having a great start to their repair week. Already hit a snag this morning with Nintendo Switch, had a no fix, dead CPU. So I'm definitely hoping to get some progress knocked out with our next one, which is a Xbox One X. Comes just from another repair shop. With the report of a bad HDMI port. So let's take a look at this guy here. Seeing both of them look pretty good. Not a whole lot of play. Doubt they're talking about the HDMI in, but the ports themselves look good. So maybe we're in luck. Maybe it's just a cold solder joint, poor manufacturing quality. Let's see. Start our little tear down here. Now the part we've all been waiting for. Getting a good look at these ports. Alright, let's take a look at our HDMI ports here.
Yes, sir. Shane. Yes, sir. What do you think? Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look at that. Looks like food's here. That's super cool. Let's get that in focus for you guys. Alright, so this is the HDMI out port. Let's take a look and see which of these, if any, are loose. They don't look to be. And don't believe don't see any torn pads. Alright, so now this is definitely looking more and more like a issue with maybe the retimer IC instead of an HDMI port. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the console and test it out. Something I probably should have done beforehand. Puzzle box is back together, and I'm going to go ahead and just run this over to the TV and test it out, and I'll let you know what I find out. Alright, so the symptoms were correct, their diagnosis not so much. So power's on, green light makes that little chime that the Xbox consoles make, and the monitor TV detects no type of video signal. Wiggling the port doesn't do anything. There's not much give in the port. So I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the HDMI filter. So, get that in focus for you guys. Alright, so if you see EJ2, the port number for this, that is the HDMI out. J3, right next to it, is HDMI in, for people who connect their cable box to their Xbox. We're looking at EG3 and EG4. These two chokes right there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna test continuity, sometimes called beep mode on your multimeter. So when you put the two probes together, you should get a beep. I'm gonna go ahead and check. There's a lot of latency between this camera, so bear with me a little bit here. Alright, looks good. That one's good. Alright, so on to EG4 here. Very painstaking process. We'll definitely be replacing this part of our video setup here very shortly. Alright, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And the last one is also good. Alright. So, chokes are not bad, so that brings us to our traces look good. Let's just follow along there, make sure the trace looks all good. It does. So that brings us to this. This IC right here, U29. It's a TDP158. And that is the Texas Instruments HDMI Retimer IC. So, normally, at least it's my understanding that these get damaged when a port, HDMI port, is physically damaged and pins end up shorting each other, other weird things of that nature. So, not 100% sure how that guy would get damaged on this particular one. So before we jump to that conclusion, let's just do a little bit more visual inspection, just make sure nothing else looks screwy. And Alright, so for the sake of my sanity, because the latency, the lag on this between this microscope camera and the recording, as well as the microscope camera's optics not matching the optics of the eyepiece, I'm going to go ahead and stop right here and jump right back to after I replace this QFN. And I promise in future videos, once we get the whole camera setup ironed out, we'll definitely show you guys how to replace this, or how I replace it in a future video. Alright, so we got that retimer IC replaced. There didn't seem to be anything fundamentally wrong with the one that was already on there. Hopefully it had some internal problems. Otherwise, we've pretty much ruled out the HDMI, and we'd have to start looking at things like the APU. Alrighty, let's go test it out. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and we have video, so I'll go ahead and get this guy finished up cleaning and put back together. And I hope that this was helpful. If you have a game console that doesn't have any video out, has a loose or damaged HDMI port, might have gotten something spilled on it, things like that, our contact details are right below in the comment section. Please feel free to ask any questions. We'll try and get back to them as soon as we can, and I hope that this troubleshooting process helps you out with the repair or one of your own consoles. Thanks for watching.